The start of a new year is a great time to create a resume or update an existing one. Your resume isn't just a professional document, it becomes your personal marketing tool in the professional world. Crafting it well is not just about listing your education and your employment experiences, but it's about strategically showcasing your unique story and the value that you bring to any opportunity. Your resume becomes a roadmap for cover letters, interviews, profile pages, and elevator pitches. Telling your professional story isn't just a skill, it's an art, and it gives you a professional advantage. It becomes the competitive edge in a world saturated with candidates. Your narrative sets you apart, turning your journey into a compelling tale of expertise, growth, and the undeniable impact that you make. If you have an existing resume, I encourage you to print it and keep a copy in your desk drawer, somewhere easily accessible for you to quickly record the great things that you're doing throughout the year. You'll be glad you did this when it's time to update the official document. Whether you're starting a fresh resume or updating an existing one, the first step is to start making lists. Sitting in front of a resume template can be overwhelming when you're trying to think of everything that you've accomplished. Start by making lists on your phone, on a legal pad, or in a new document. The point is to add everything that you can possibly think of. It's always easier to pare down information than it is to pull it out of thin air. Don't worry if this resume is for your first job application or you're possibly making a significant career move. All of this can be used for education or time spent as a long-standing member of one organization. List your education first, so all degrees, certifications, and any training that you've received. Then you're going to move on into employment. Start thinking of everything that you were responsible for in this position. What projects did you take on? What responsibilities did you have that went above and beyond the job duties? Don't consider just the technical aspects of what you learned in the job, but also the soft skills and the relationships that you built. Did you gain empathy in this new position or maybe gained a new perspective? Has this impacted your decision-making abilities? Try to list the top 3 skills that you learned during the job. Be specific about how you got them. Can you think of a story or an experience that showcases that this skill was learned or strengthened? Were you recognized for any of the value that you added? These experiences become rich content for your cover letter and your interview discussions. Include a list of all your service. This can be volunteerism, include civic duties, church, or community neighborliness. List the ways that you're giving back to your profession, industry, or community. If you aren't serving or sharing your knowledge, I encourage you to start. True professionals understand that service back to the industry adds a rich dynamic to careers and relationships. The same is true for professional memberships. Most professions have a society and membership of some kind. Do some research and find yours. Professional societies make tremendous efforts to develop their members, provide opportunities, and produce best practices through governance. Societies are always eager to get new members and provide pathways for involvement. You will not only learn more about your profession, but have opportunities for service and building your career network. Now list the things that you didn't like about the job. Where did you really struggle? And have you overcome any of these barriers? How were you ever pushed outside of your comfort zone? These answers aren't going on the resume document, so don't worry about censoring your feelings. The answers to these questions begin shaping your professional narrative and steering the interview conversation. Know which areas to highlight and which areas to avoid are great to consider before sitting in the interview. Start a list of how you dealt with stress and the obligations of the position. It is unrealistic to not have stress and overwhelm at times. Be able to articulate this. A common question in interviews is, what ways do you handle stress and the time commitments that have come with all of these achievements? This is a great place to become self-aware and articulate the hobbies and activities that give you balance and rejuvenation. Remember, these aren't written on the official document, but they're still crafting our professional narrative that helps communicate our achievements. A few housekeeping tasks to think of now. Create a professional email address if you don't have one. It's never a good idea to send out your current company's email address when looking for a new position. You also don't want to use a student email address that you're going to lose access to in the near future. Make certain that you don't have nicknames or anything suggestive in your email address. When sending your documents, include a clear and concise subject line that includes your name, first and last, and the position which you've applied for. Check your social media and profiles before sending out your resume. Even though accounts may be private, this is a great time to start thinking about your online presence and image as a professional. If you don't have a LinkedIn profile page, don't worry. The work that you're doing on your resume and cover letter will provide rich content for an impressive profile. Now spend time getting into the weedy specifics. The specific names of your degrees and certifications, the full names of the organizations that you're a member of, and the dates and locations of events, trips, or conferences. Do the same for departmental specifics of any internships or clinical time. Now think about your references. Who do you want to ask? And start gathering their information. When thinking of references, never consider a family member or someone that you don't know. Take the time now to get everyone's permission to use them. This isn't always your immediate supervisor. Most often, you don't want your supervisor knowing that you're looking for new positions. Consider those who have seen you grow in positions. Ask those who have known you for a while as a professional. Please get their permission to use them before adding to your documents. Or if it's been a while since you've sent out a resume, it's nice to give them an email or phone reminder that you'll be sending out documents. These details can become overwhelming inside the resume template. Gather them now to provide a complete and impressive resume. Once you have all the specifics of your education, employment, and service, now I want you to print out the job description or scholarship requirements. I want you to go to the company or institution's website to look for their mission, vision, and value statements. Ask yourself if you share these values and how can you express that in your written and verbal communications. Take a look at their social media presence as well. Look on their pages for recent events, initiatives, or celebrations. Once again, we're finding overlap in themes that's going to help navigate our interview discussions. Now look through every bullet point of the job description or scholarship requirements and find overlap with your list. Start articulating how your experiences transfer to the requirements. Can you give concrete examples of your relevant knowledge, experience, or work? Think of these experiences that make you the strongest candidate. This allows you to express confidence in your ability to contribute to the company or institution's success without sounding overly boastful. Good luck. Bye now.